Dee dee dee, la la la, la 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 la. Good morning. Marcus Conte reporting. We're going to take a look at the brokenness. Let some people get in here. How you doing, man? Beautiful morning in New York City. Where once there was tourists teeming to see our wonderful city, clamoring to get in from every angle. But today we have nothing to offer but rows and rows of broken windows. Broken windows as far as the eye can see. Look, broken windows everywhere. Some of it is not exactly broken, but it's preemptive to being broken. And who are they attacking? The Bank of America? Right. Bank of America? Staples? The Bean? See the Bean? That's a coffee shop. Wells Fargo, all boarded up. All the banks. Crashing down the banks, right? Morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Marcus Conte reporting. What's up, Einstein? What's up, Einstein? So, talk about some top stories today, but I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough of the scene of the crime. This is where I was the night when I made that video, and I exited at that point when the windows started to really drop, and the police started to close in to shut down the protesters. I just want to do a walkthrough, and this is where it all happened. So I was kind of down here. This is Broadway and East 8th Street, Greenwich Village, the heart of NYU. I'm going to talk about some top stories too. The Buffalo police retired or resigned. Gambling has opened in Las Vegas. Project Veritas fucking put their foot in their mouth again. Bullshit, right? George Soros, a little story on there. CDC is speaking up about coronavirus again, and Joe Biden's story. So who's winning? To the people that are here. The rebels are clearly in control. Look at the fear they've invoked into the oligarchs. They're terrified. They're boarding the joint up. Right? Bank of America, scared shit. Bank of America shitting in their pants right now. Oh no, they're going to break more of our windows. Does it really matter? Maybe a few $1 million in glass, as opposed to the $1 trillion that they steal? Not really, but it does show who rules the street. Right? You could make an argument, and I know people are making the argument, and I made the argument, that, oh, this is cool. Somebody dressed up the pin. Somebody put a high heel shoe on a pin. That's some New York art right there. Look at that shit. It's a pin with a shoe and some leopard skin. Oh, and it's a wine bottle holder. It's not even a real shoe. That's interesting, right? Interesting street art. That's some more street art. Let's look. See, now we're entering street art. And right, where everything used to be broken. And now the artists come out to say, fuck you, mofos. We're going to make art out of your broken windows. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Let's read. Let's read the messaging. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. No. Martin Luther King Jr. Hashtag Beminga. Some a little love and hate. Hate and love all mixed into one. So Good morning, everybody. Conte reporting from Lower Manhattan, East Greenwich Village. Oh, look, a chemtrail for those who love chemtrails. There's a wonderful chemtrail above head. Look at the chemtrail, look at the chemtrail. Uh-oh, chemtrail alert. If you believe that, if it's not just condensation, but if you believe that that is chemical poisoning, people dropping down chemicals on our heads. It's sulfur! It's poison! Well, there it is. There it is. I didn't see the plane go by, but I see the condensation trail. So today in news, the entire Buffalo emergency response team resigns, didn't quit, in solidarity with cops who pushed old man, the 75-year-old Martin Gugino. Martin Gugino, he's the 75-year-old guy that the viral video I showed you yesterday, if you missed it, of the police, riot police. The 75-year-old man stood in front of the police and they pushed him, and he stumbled back and he whacked his head on the concrete. He whacked his head on the pavement and fell unconscious, blood shooting out his ears. Right? Disgusting, right? Horrible treatment of senior citizens. Right? So you say to yourself, oh, the cops, they resigned because they agree. Oh yeah, it was horrible. I don't want to be a cop anymore. No, that's not why they resigned. They resigned, 57 cops resigned in disgust because of the treatment of their two members who were simply executing orders. Executing orders. That's what's going on. I had said that a long time ago. I told you, police don't give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about the orders, right? And those are the types of people that they attract. The police attract brutes and fucking killers and people who have no problem violating others, breaking the law. That's who the police hire. The same people that the military hires, killers. Oh, you want to kill? Yeah, we got a job for you. We got some killing to do. All right, so they resigned. Right? Resignation does not mean they quit either. They just no longer are part of the emergency response unit. So they didn't even fucking quit. They didn't even quit. But look at this. I mean, just rows and rows of boarded up. This is New York City. We're supposed to be opening, not shutting down. You're going in the wrong direction. So that article is interesting in that it shows the ethos, the psychology of the cops. I joined this force to follow orders and kick some fucking ass, and I don't give a fuck. It's an order. I'm following my orders. That's exactly what happened in Nazi Germany. That the soldiers were just following orders. Oh yeah, throw some people in the oven. Oh fuck, okay, sure, right. Those are following orders. That is what you want me to do, boss? Oh, Sergeant, crack some heads. Push the 75-year-old guy to the ground. Crack his head open because he's in the way. No problem. I got no problem with that. So, who's in control right now, leading the narrative? Is the kids. They're pointing out that shit. Is that maybe it is police brutality? Maybe if you start there, you get a foot in the door to change the other stuff. They might be right. Good morning, Vinny DiMartini in the house. Lee Veltman is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're here in Greenwich Village. We're doing a walkthrough of all the broken glass. The new New York. It's the new New York, full of smashed windows and police brutality. Welcome to my wonderful city. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So I mean, I think it's obvious that the police need to be dismantled and re-educated. Hire peace workers, people that are peacefully okay with being peaceful and not cracking heads. You have militarized police that treat citizens like terrorists. These are the old terrorist police from 9/11. They got nothing to do, so they still have their job, right? Get rid of them, right? Fucking fire these fuckers. So that's the only door into Walgreens. I guess they're still open. They're still open, and you got some. It looks like somebody tried to get in a little further, and you see the crashing of the glass there. Still quite a bit of crashed glass. So, hi, how are you? You guys are open, right? Yeah, good. Yeah, so Walgreens is still open, but there's quite a bit of broken glass going on. Still inside, so I would say that was an attack. Walgreens got hit hard on the corner. And you remember I was standing that night, if you run the video back of my night with Antifa rebels, you'll see that I was standing right here when they whacked Starbucks right here. And you saw some of the looting, some people jumping in with taking out stuff. And that's when the police stormed down the street. After all this damage was done over here, they stormed the street. And I was standing like right over here somewhere when that cop slid into my feet. Literally, slid on a bicycle right into my feet. Thank you. Thank you for being courteous and almost running me over, you fucking asshole. So Kmart is telling us that we are open. What else happened? So gamblers, in other news, gamblers returned to Las Vegas, which opened yesterday, 2 days ago on Thursday. Most wore no masks and no social distancing. Temperatures were checked at the front desk, at the front door. Bars are open, strippers are dancing. They promised to do some increased cleaning, and masks were given out with casino logos on them. So that's a move in the right direction. Open up, open up, open up already. This is killing. This is about a virus. Are you kidding me? All this fucking wood. All the people that are doing this kind of work are making a mint on this shit, right? If you happen to be a lumberyard, you're doing good. You're selling saws and fucking nails and hammers to board up your shit. I could tell you though, watching the rebels, as secure as you think those boards are, they're really not. Because I watched the rebels pull the boards out. They go for the weakness. They'll go right here with a crowbar and, right in the wedge here, and pull the boards off and go back in. The other thing you noticed in that video was, which I didn't talk about much, was the vandalizing of the bikes, where they steal the bikes. See, these are city bikes in New York City. And I have a key, and I could take a bike at any given moment. But you only have 45 minutes. And that night, they canceled, because of the curfew, they stopped the bikes from being taken. So people couldn't use a bike. I couldn't use a bike. That was one of the reasons why I was walking that night, because there was no bike. But you could see how, also in the video, how they were stealing the bikes by doing this move, by taking the bike and trying to break it off the dock. That's what I saw, where they would go like this and try to break the bike off the dock. And a lot of times you're seeing people, in those videos, you saw people on the city bikes, but there were no city bikes. So those are all stolen bikes, just for a heads up. So what else is going on? So gamblers, that's a good thing. Gambling is good, right? Fucking why not, man? Open up. Let's talk about Project Veritas. I don't like them. They're jerk-offs. Fuck you. Project Veritas, fuck you. Right? You guys are jerk-offs, man. You don't know what you do. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. You're a bunch of right-wing quacks chasing around stupid stories. Stupid. You guys are stupid. Project Veritas. Project Veritas. Fuck you. Right? Project Veritas comes up empty again with stupid allegations of Fight Club.
Yeah, but I don't like to be taped.
Fuck you. You're not being taped. So why don't you mind your own business? Now you're being taped, you cunt. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up, you old bitch? Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. People are so sensitive about being filmed, and I'm not filming them. I'm filming me. So shut the fuck up. So Project Veritas comes up empty again with stupid allegations that there's a fight club in New York City where a young radical received martial arts instructions on fighting techniques for riots. What are they supposed to do? Stand around and get their asses fucking handed to them by corrupt police? Oh, they took a martial arts class, how to defend themselves from getting pummeled by corrupt police. Oh, what a breaking story. You idiots. You fucking idiots. What is wrong with you taking martial arts classes? So the base anarchist political center in New York City. The base anarchist political center in New York City. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it, never seen it. Instructor describes how to injure an opponent. And that's breaking news? You're fucking full of shit. It's right up there with your stupid story about that old Bernie Sanders supporters were Antifa radicals. There is a portion of it, but get your perspective, you right-wing fucking kook idiots. Right? Fucking morons, right? I'm sorry I cursed that old lady out, but she just got in my face, man, for no reason. That was the wrong time. My blood was just starting to boil, and she just got right in the way of that. I'm not filming her. Fuck her. Who wants to see her? Who wants to talk to that bitch? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Starting the day off right with a little. So you got to hear me tell somebody to go fuck off, right? Woo! Woo! Oh! You can hear you echo down the chambers of emptiness in New York. Oh! Yeah, baby. So also, George Soros publicly denies paying protesters to rioters. So here's into the conspiracy theory that George Soros is behind the whole thing when you're viewing my channel and Conte is telling you from the ground up that it is an organic movement of young people that are just fucking pissed off and fed up and start out peaceful and then maybe like 10% peel off and start doing the real work of scaring the living shit out of the corporations that are causing this fucking problem. That's really what it is. Project Veritas, get your heads out of your assholes, you assholes. So, George Soros publicly denies paying protesters to riot. Do you believe him? Do you believe George Soros? Anything that George Soros says? Do you believe the police or anything the police says? No, but let's hear him out anyway. Quote, "We abhor violence of any kind," George Soros, "and we will not allow the destructive acts of a few to distract us from the crucial work of coming together and forging a better future." George Soros said that. How stupid. Nobody believes him. That guy is one of the most corrupt fucking businessmen in the world, right? Right? Do we believe that he's about coming together and forging a new future for people? No, he's a fucking business guy that is on the record saying that he doesn't give a flying rat's ass about the social consequences of his, quote, investments. Like, for example, when they shorted the Thai baht and drove the Thai people into oblivion, you know? And so many situations in Honduras with the Clintons and such. He's a fucking crooked scumbag, right? But he's publicly denying paying protesters to riot. Even if he were, I'll say this, even if the rioters were being funded in some way, that's not a bad thing. The point is that they're leading the charge. They're not being funded to do something that they wouldn't do anyway. They're being funded to do what they want to do. And that's a big difference. Think about that. Nobody is paying them to break and smash and call for police reform and Black Lives Matter. Nobody's putting them up to that. That's organic. And if a couple of billionaires want to jump on board and support that because they think there's an investment in there, well, who cares? Who cares? Should we care? As long as they're getting it done. Right? That's how I see it. You may disagree. So, so in other news, CDC, the Center for Disease Control, the chief urges protesters, the chief of the CDC urges protesters to get tested for coronavirus. That's another way to stop it, right? Say that they're all going to get coronavirus. That's one way of doing it. He says, and I quote, he calls protests a seeding event for rapid spread of coronavirus. What a fool. We're living in a world of reverse psychology. Right? Everything is backwards. How the media reports it. And I got to tell you, I've been watching some of the independent reports, TYT, even Jimmy Dore reporting it ass backwards, Tim Pool reporting it ass backwards, all the progressive liberals reporting it ass backwards. They don't get it. I get it. I'm telling you what's going on here in New York City, and it seems to be effective. Is it big me, little them? No, it's just I'm just trying to point it out that the rebels are in control and they do know what they're doing, and it is not a peaceful protest. Evidence is here. It starts up peaceful is to cover. That's the cover story. Yeah, we're peaceful. And then they scare the shit out of the people that need to be scared the shit out of. Like, that's not a peaceful protest. That is anarchy. That's what it is. Is it working? Yes. Is it over? No. No. You think this shit is over? You think this is over? Ah, man, the rebels are just getting started, man. Let me tell you something, man. Fucking rebels. The rebels are just getting started. The rebels are just getting started. So this asshole CDC chief they're trying to say, because it plays into Trump trying to call the rebels terrorists, to use terrorist tactics, police, to take them down. Right? That's what Trump is on television saying. Oh, Antifa. Yeah, call them Antifa. Whatever they fuck up. Antifa, by the way, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's just a generic term for radicalization. There is no solid Antifa or a tangible Antifa. It's just a coming together of entities, for lack of a better term. In some places it may be strong, in some places it may be weak. But that's indicative of a rebellion where pockets of people come together. But to label them terrorists, woo, that'll work. So that's Trump's idea. Trump's idea is to label them terrorists and kill them and pummel them. Trump is on the record saying that the liberal leaders in the cities are not letting the NYPD do their magic. Do their magic. What is their magic, Trump? Crash heads? Beat the shit out of young people into oblivion and make them comply? Forced compliance? They're winning. Do you really think that all of this damage is a result of the NYPD not being competent enough? Do you think it's the result of the NYPD not engaging in the way they should, right? Stepping down, standing down. You think this is a result of police standing down? You would be wrong, my friend. This is a result of incompetent thug-like police, terrorist police, that are getting outsmarted on the street by a bunch of paramilitary kind of protesters that know how to tire them out, to lead them around in streets, and then ultimately strike. Lead them and get them tired. Make them run into each other, bump into each other, cross over each other, think they got you cornered, and then slip out the side with 1,000 people. They're being outsmarted, the police. And a lot of this damage, I can tell you, right on this corner, when that happened, you remember the police were right fucking there. They were right on the corner with their bikes. You remember? Watch the video. That's where they were. They were all lined up, and all around you, you heard crash, 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 crash. Huh? Right in front of them, they did it. They did it right under their fucking noses. Why? Because the police were outsmarted. They were tactically outduped. That's what's going on. So Jimmy Dore and Tim Pool, if you want to know the real story, or status coup, or secular talk, or any, I'm not bashing you guys, TYT. I'm telling you what's going on. And if you want me to tell you what's going on, well, email me and I'll tell you what's going on. We'll do a show. Because you got the story wrong. The police are being outduped and outsmarted everywhere, including New York City, by a bunch of very sophisticated, very intuitive gangs of rebels. Now I know, violence, eye for an eye, Conte's talking about eye for an eye, and tooth for a tooth, and that's bad, and you shouldn't condone violence, you shouldn't support this. It's not necessarily violence, it's vandalism. You shouldn't support it, but again, there's always the notion that how many trillions of dollars did the banks steal from the people? How many? How many recently? $4 trillion of your money that was supposed to stimulate your economy? Instead, we're going in the wrong direction. We're shutting everything down. What happens when Daddy takes away the car keys with the unemployment and the fucking checks dry up, the stimulus? What happens then? What are people going to start eating each other? So, is it an eye for an eye? Well, I would say that the oligarchs have taken out 2 or 3 eyeballs on you, and you haven't even scratched them yet. This is not even a scratch. This is not even a scratch to the oligarchs. You think they give a shit about a bunch of windows? They're still laughing. Still laughing, because the longer they stay, the longer this goes on, all of these corporations are just getting stronger and stronger. Look at the evidence is in the stock market. Markets are going up. The markets are going up because the big businesses know that they've officially and technically and completely wiped out small businesses in most of the major cities, where they're now leveraging their properties, right? The banks who are supposed to give them the money to pay their mortgages and get out of debt, who are the same people that actually hold the mortgages. That's monopoly. That's oligarchy. That's corruption at the highest level. So as small businesses get squeezed out, the rebels are fighting big business who, well, I don't know. I mean, are they winning? They're definitely making their mark. But they are assisting to crush small business the longer things stay closed. This is true. So there is a quagmire in there, a conundrum, a clash of ideas. It's hot out, man. I'm almost done, man. It's fucking hot out. Woo! 80 degrees in New York City. Let's see if I can find another cunt face to curse out. Let me get in the shade. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Chris Mike is here. Good morning, Cheeseburger. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. Thank you very much. I got 100 people watching. Thank you very much. John Perry Barlow Declaration. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, swamp cabbage. Her pooper. Good morning, her pooper. Her pooper. Blue Line Bigfoot. Blue Line Bigfoot is here. Hark View Cinema. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Cinema Lifetime, New York City. Murray Terry. Vinny DiMartini. is here. Miss Chicago. And David Bros. Thank you guys for joining me. And the final story, my final analysis of this, is as if we haven't forgot that our elections in this country are rigged. As if we haven't forgot that the Democratic Party stole the election again from Bernie Sanders by hijacking him on Super Tuesday, by getting all of the other candidates to go against him and support Joe Biden. And then, without really proving it, without any solid evidence of proof that the machines were rigged. We have evidence that the exit polls were way off, as much as 13% in some places, which signifies fraud and right, rigged elections. Right? Have we forgot? No, I haven't forgot. I don't know if you forgot, but I haven't forgot. So Joe Biden formally clinched Democratic presidential nomination. So they want you to vote for Joe Biden. No, because Trump's an orange monster, and Trump is bad. Trump, orange man bad. Right, the corruption is just unbelievable, right? The oligarchs got what they wanted. They got Sanders out of the way. They shifted the messaging to less police brutality, rather than eat the rich, which this message should be about. See, my dick would be hard. My tail would be wagging and my dick would be hard if I saw on the sign that said, eat the rich. If it said that, I would be much more excited about this young people's movement, because that would be a more substantive and more accurate assessment of what's going on today in our world. So, but nonetheless, Joe Biden, no contested convention. Remember we said, oh, contested convention. You got H.A. Goodman going full throat. Hillary Clinton's going to step in and steal the nomination. You idiot. You idiot. So Joe Biden clinched. Biden got more than 1,991 delegates needed to clinch nomination. Therefore, there is no contested convention. He now has a 50% plurality of the vote. Shit is over for the Democrats. Now they stand in the shit that they built. They must swallow the shit. They shit where they ate. Now the people, because of Corona, has the coronavirus fudged over the idea that we don't have fair elections, that elections are stolen in this country? Maybe. Yeah, maybe sleepy masses. Oh, yeah, let's talk about something else. Let's open up. Let's open up. Oh, Trump, he mishandled the coronavirus situation. Let's vote for the other guy. Corruption. Severe corruption. Can Joe Biden win an election over Donald Trump? Fucking hell no, unless they cheat. There's always the element of cheating. Remember, Democratic, whatever the result is in New York, it's going to go to Joe Biden. Whatever the result is in California, it's going to go to Joe Biden. Whatever it is in Oregon and Washington State, it's going to go to Joe Biden, because those are the liberal, strangleholds, and they always go for the Democrat, right? They don't even count the fucking votes anymore. They just push the switch for the Democrat, right? Regardless of the fact. Now, and I have told you that I have talked to people on the ground that at these protests that they're for this movement and this messaging, but behind that they'll always say, "Oh man, if Bernie Sanders would have won, we had a chance." Right? We had a chance. We had a chance of peaceful rebellion, peaceful uprising. We had our chance. Bernie Sanders represented that possibility, and now you get this. Fuck us? No. Fuck you. That's what that says. That's a fuck you. That's this. They should adopt the middle finger when they do it, right? Right, that would be the proper that is a big fuck you to whoever passes. Actually, it's a reverse fuck you. It's a fuck you for the people inside. Oh yeah, Kmart, how's your stock doing? Fuck you. We're breaking your windows. So So anyway, Mark Scott reporting from Lower Manhattan. If you're just joining us, we're down here at Astor Place, formerly St. Mark's. It is now a ghost town in New York City. There are no tourists. There's just angry New Yorkers roaming the streets, looking to pick a fight. There's also I believe a methadone clinic somewhere over here. You see a lot of shady types drifting around on the stage. Drifting around on the streets. So good morning, everybody. So that's the state of affairs right now in New York and all over the country. And where does it all lead? Well, I imagine it would have to start by reopening the businesses here in New York. But as you can see, they're going in the opposite direction. Can a lot of these small businesses bounce back? I don't think so. Can a lot of the corporate entities like Starbucks and Kmart and the rest of them bounce back? Yeah, they can, because they've got very deep pockets and they can go into the stock market now that the markets are up, and they can sell more shares, and they can pull cash out of the markets by stock optioning and selling their shares, or making more shares available. They can raise the money, but small companies, small businesses can't do that. You see how the paradigm has shifted to it's all big business now, right? Big business benefits from all of this because it's wiping out the small guy. And when people start waking up again and getting back to business, right, the move has already been done, right? The swindle has already been done. Shut down small business long enough to choke them. We hold their mortgages. We know they can't pay. Why? Because we're the people that are supposed to be dishing out the bailout. So we just choke them until they choke, and then we take their property. That's what's going on. It's a decentralized property grab. It's a corporate property grab. That's the bigger picture. If you want the bigger picture, that's what's happening. The corporations are getting stronger and stronger now, right? How do you stop them? I can't say it. How many times do I have to say it? It starts by reforming the House and the Senate and the executive branch. You guys laughed at me. A lot of you laughed at me when I told you that without a reform, without getting rid of the corrupt politicians who take money from these cocksuckers to allow this to happen, that give them trillions of dollars to make it happen, without changing that system, nothing will really change. Call it socialism, capitalism, crony capitalism, right wing, left wing, up wing, down wing. That has nothing to do with it. It's the 1% stealing your livelihood. That's the way it has been for the last 30 years. The 1% is behind all this. They're out in the Hamptons right now, enjoying themselves on their private beaches, smoking the hookah, drinking Chardonnay on the beach. How you doing? Where are you? You're cramped up in your one bedroom and you got to wear a mask to go to the candy store? Not them. You can't even get out to the Hamptons. If I were to go to the Hamptons and do a little investigative report, I'd probably get fucking escorted out in handcuffs. Why are you here? Who are you? You're not supposed to be here. This is private. Right? And it's all spread out. Unless you drive out there, you're not going to see anything. You can't park your car in the Hamptons. You know that? If you don't have residential something or other and you park your car, they take your car. That's how they do it. Oh yeah, the beaches are open to anybody, but you can't get there because the train station is 10 miles away, or it doesn't stop there. And to get to the beach, you got to walk along. You got to walk fucking 10 miles, or if you drive there, you can't park. Because if you do park for more than 10 minutes, they take your car. They impound your vehicle. That's how the rich are living. On private beaches. Look it up. The end of Long Island is the Hamptons. The whole thing is super wealthy, enjoying. The 1% is out there right now, and nothing has changed in their life. But they're making money. The markets are going up. What the fuck do they care? The markets are. Did you see the Dow? Do you see what's happening in the stock market? It's breaking out again over this. And people are fucking struggling. People. I don't know, man. I don't know where it all leads, but anyway, Marcus Conte reporting. Kindly become a Patreon of this channel. If you like this work, if you like this messaging, if you like being part of a news revolution, if you come in here and chat and message yourself, that's good. I like that. I read all your comments. Kindly become a Patreon. A little as $2 a month. I give you free stickers. I just sent out a pile today. So if you're waiting for your stickers, I just sent out a big stack of them right earlier this morning. And Patreon's as little as $2. You're getting the better of the deal. Just $2 a month. It costs me almost $1 to send you the stickers. So that's how we do this, right? Viewer funded. Nobody's paying my. It's funded by you. Can we get to an economy where people actually support what they like and what they believe in? Can we actually get to an economy like that? Well, I don't know. You have to prove it to me, right? You got to. I don't see it. I still work below the, living in the poverty level, right? I don't make a profit on this. There's no profit here. You barely scrape by. I'm very grateful for the people that support it, but it's barely scraping by at this point. So that's why I need you guys to up the ante and become Patreons or make a one-time contribution through PayPal. Marcus Conte reporting.